So Concrete Jungyals is not to do with jungle. Let us just clear this up once and for all. The name is not... No, we are a multi-genre collective.
My name is Tiffany.
I'm Molly.
I am Sasha.
Concrete Jungyals started September 2017. We initially started as a Facebook group, and we created the Facebook group with like a few other girls. The main reason for having Concrete Jungyals be in our lives is to kind of give women a platform so they could have somewhere they could share their music, their businesses, their creative ideas without any prejudice, and also men alike as well could like join in the conversation.
We went to our friend's house and we wanted to put on some music, and our guy friends like, oh no, I don't want to listen to your music. I don't trust your taste in music. And it was like, no, you know what? We're going to start our own collective and show the guys that we actually have a sick taste in music. And that's where the idea began.
The kind of reasoning behind Concrete Jungyals is, you know, the connotations of like a solid group of women who like live in like a city or urban kind of area. We're all like-minded and have the same kind of like ideas and plans. Yeah, we all just come together in that environment to build something that's bigger than ourselves, basically.
There's not a lot of like female collectives in the industry who are just like trying to make a change. I swear, like I think in Bristol it's like maybe like, I don't know, 4 or something. And even before then, like before we started, I think there was just like only like 1 or 2. And now it's starting to branch out a bit more. It's trying to get more traction and attention. And like in terms of like our ethos, I just want to continue to push the platform for women, non-binary, LGBTQs and so forth.
I think the attitudes are changing. However, I feel that there's still a lot of work to be done. There are people who are doing it for the wrong reasons. For example, they'll like book a female, but they will specify that this is a female artist playing with a... What people need to understand is that when you're having more equality in your events, you don't want to single the person out. You don't want to say, oh yeah, I've got a gay person on my lineup. I've got a female or a transgender woman on my lineup.
I haven't seen a huge amount of change in terms of lineups from other collectives that aren't based on equality.
Back in 2017, like when we first started and when the whole like movement like became more of a thing, everyone started like jumping on the bandwagon, and then I guess it's just kind of started dying down and people are starting to revert back to their old ways. But it's not a trend. We're here to stay, and they just better watch out.
The reception for us in Bristol has been really, really positive, and the amount of like female artists we're getting coming to us with their mixes and like us and telling us they love what we do and wanting to get involved, I think that is showing to us that things are changing, and that also that we are still very necessary.
It wasn't actually our initial intention to do radio. I actually remember it was Jake Knight who messaged us like asking if we wanted to have a radio show on 1020. I was like, yeah. We weren't initially planning or even thinking about radio at the time, and it was just something that kind of fell into our lap. It happened organically.
I mean, these guys were in their 3rd year of uni. Last year, things got a bit hectic and events went a bit quiet, but the consistent thing that has always happened has been radio every month.
We've been able to just have a conversation with the artists who we bring on, which is something you can't really do at events.
The thing is with events that you have to divide your attention between both the attendees and the artists, but with radio you can just put your focus on the artist.
I feel like radio is a really good platform to just get to know an artist really well, their taste in their music as well as just their thoughts and ideas.
I want a repeat of our November show that we hosted as promo for our event with Non-Stop Grime. Things like that, where we just had a huge back-to-back with like 6 different artists and 2 MCs. We had so much fun. I think that's the whole point of radio for us, like being able to live stream stuff like that and people can see the vibes as well as the music.
For radio, I definitely want to get a lot more like guest speakers on as well. So not just like artists who DJ or who sing or whatever or rap. We had one show. One of our guest speakers come through, and she's a creative, and she is a graphic designer and an activist, and she had so many things to talk about, which I found really interesting. And I think it's important to kind of get people on the show who have something to say other than just something to play, basically.
Can we also just plug our other member, Emmy, right now, because she is our most recent member, and she has the most beautiful radio voice I have ever heard in my life. I tuned into the show last time, I couldn't make it, and I thought I was listening to an angel, honestly.
We literally became like a little family with that radio show, so it's really good. Radio brings people together.
So I think the direction of the collective is progressing a lot more now in terms of like our visions for what is going to happen in the future. I think for the past 2 years, like the girls and me since I joined, it has been like mainly on events and promoting women on our platforms and social media and getting a discussion going and stuff like that. But I think we're all quite keen now to branch out. Everything's in the pipeline, like there's nothing concrete. But things like websites, things like more merch, I mean, there's big ideas being thrown around, and I think we're all really excited to explore them and figure it all out.
For the future, I would definitely like to start like a record label, so we can like start releasing like people's music onto our labels. And just, like, we already had an LP earlier in the year, and that was, I guess, like our first stepping stone into releasing music as part of like Concrete Jungyals. I also want to keep branching more into the creative side, so like got like photographers, artists, so we can have like a nice roster of different like creatives under our name, and just like showcase loads of different work, and like actually supports the whole industry rather than just one side of the industry.
One of the things that I'm actually really interested in and passionate about is the environment and sustainability in events and in like our collective in general. Just bringing in more things like checking out the venues, policies and stuff before we host events with them. If we hold talks, like looking at what we can do to reduce the environmental impact of all of that. So it's quite separate from like our vision and our goal as a collective, but I think it's a very important side note which is becoming a lot more pressing.
All social media at Concrete Jungyals on Instagram, and well, Twitter is basically dead for us, so allow that one. And on Facebook, it's Concrete Jungyals for the page, and for the community, it's Concrete Jungyals Community. Tune into our show every third Wednesday of the month. 5 till 7 p.m. Stay locked in.